going to show you, or maybe the second to last thing we'll see, is how to bring in some pictures into this booklet. Right now this thing's looking pretty bare. We're going to need to definitely put some more information in here. But if I want to bring in some pictures, don't be like the Yellow Jacket Sports website and pull in a pixelated picture of a bee from the 90s with the wrong color. Be a good student and head to Newark High. That was a bee joke if you didn't catch it. Be a good student. So, to grab a new high-resolution copy of the logo, you can head to our beautiful homes page, which has that very long URL, or you can always just type in newarkhigh.org, like you see there, right? If we go to parents and students, the very last thing there says logos and branding. This is a place that you can always go to grab a folder of high-resolution graphics to help promote the school, right? So that you don't have to, like, I don't know, do what they did at Yellow Jacket Sports. Where did that go? It's on one of my tabs. Maybe it's not anymore. Yellow Jackets. Compare and contrast. You could have all these pixels. You could have, or you could have a nice crispy bee. Crispy Yellow Jacket. Sorry, I just think bees are a funnier word, so I say bee. I know it's a Yellow Jacket. I'm not trying to disparage the mascot. Also remember that anytime you write Yellow Jackets, it's supposed to be one word. This is like a classic typographical error that I see around the school, not just from students, but faculty as well. So remember, we are the New York. Well, don't say that either. That would be a typographical error. We are the Newark Yellow Jackets, all one word. All one word. So style that appropriately. So if I want those logos, I just have to click where it says NHS logos. A little file will download. And if I show that in my folder, it'll appear as a zip. I just double click on a zip. And then that turns into a folder with all of these logos, both with transparent backgrounds as a PNG and white backgrounds as a JPEG. We probably want to work with PNGs as a rule. The only point of these JPEGs is if the website you're using does not allow you to upload PNGs, which kind of doesn't exist anymore. So we're going to want to use these PNGs pretty much all the time. So we've got our downloaded folder. Let's just say I want to slap the logo right there in the middle of the page. One of the nice things on InDesign that can be a little confusing at first is that InDesign works by this notion of having everything in frames. Right, I've got this text frame here. I can shrink it down to make way for our picture. If I know that I want to put a picture somewhere, like right here smack dab in the middle of a page, I can just draw a frame here with my rectangular frame tool. The benefit of that is that then I can be just, working along. I don't even have to bring in my pictures yet. I might just say that, okay, I'm going to put a title here that says, boys roster. Again, trying to keep all this stuff consistent. I'm going to put it back in Helvetica bold. So with all this stuff consistent and whatever, I'm going to just say, okay, as I'm working through my text, I know that maybe right here, I'm going to put a picture of the swim team. If we're trying to work fast as a designer, you probably don't want to take a minute every single time you need a picture, stop what you're doing, and go look for a picture. You can do all that at the end. So that's the thing about frames. You can kind of plan out, I'm going to put a picture there and I'll come back to it later, right? So for planning purposes, you can just put in these frames. But let's see how to actually put pictures in these boxes. Now that I've got a nice frame here that I made again with that rectangle frame tool, or you can hit F on your keyboard, I'm going to go up to File, Place, and then if I go to where these files downloaded, I'm going to go in and grab this primary version of the logo. I can always preview what that looks like by hitting spacebar to make sure I've grabbed the wrong thing, or grabbed the right thing rather. So after I hit space, I double check that I've got the right doodad, and then I can always just press open to bring in my bead. Now, if you're like me, you look at that and go, ugh, what's with that? Why is it cut off? Why does that box not work? Well, we can fix that really quickly by going to right-click, Fitting, and Fit Content Proportionally. That will make it so that the image fits within that frame entirely. Right? So that's the basics of bringing images into Adobe InDesign.